Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I have responded to emails or played any voicemails, so I think I'm going to start doing that at least a little bit more frequently. But thank you for joining me. I'm the RV Wingman. Just came back from another road trip and had an interesting situation. I'm going to play some video that my wife shot with her iPhone through the windshield of what was going on right in front of me on the interstate, and I'm going to want to get your feedback. What would you have done if you were me in that situation? So stick with me on that. Also want to respond to an email that somebody, I'll read it here in a second. Somebody's getting ready to buy a campground and wants to ask me about my ownership experience, the best part, the worst part, and I'll get to that. But first, let's go ahead and play a voicemail. If you have a situation with your RV and you would like some assistance, maybe you would like to get a third party's perspective, I will give you what I think might be information that you need to hear. You may not want to hear it, and I think Elijah is not going to want to necessarily hear what I have to say, but my toll-free, it's not a toll-free number. It's a regular phone number, 330-Wingman. I'm putting it up on the screen, actually a link to it, my email address, and all kinds of information. The RV dealers that I work with, the ones I think that you ought to give the opportunity to earn your business, can be found if you scan that QR code you see on the screen and click on the link down below. So Elijah called and left me a voicemail, and this is all too familiar. As I said, he may not like my response, but let's go ahead and play that voicemail now. What do you say? Come on, Wingman.
Hello, my name is Elijah, calling from California. I've been having issues with my new trailer it's a travel trailer from Campground, Keystone 13B. It had leaks, power problems. I purchased it on July 3rd. Took it in for service July 18th. Haven't got it since. Just recently, a few days ago, got a call saying it was ready. But I'm not sure if it falls under lemon law. I just need some advice. I've seen your videos. So if you please give me a call back, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Bottom line, Ethan, is there's nothing that I can say that's going to make you feel any better. I think, unless there's something that I don't know, it was a short message that you left. You bought one of the cheapest, least expensive, most junky travel trailers made today. That's in my opinion. You may disagree with that, and I'm sorry, but if you get to know me around this virtual campfire, you know that I am a very direct person. I try and not sugarcoat things too much. I try to have a little bit of, compassion, empathy for other people. This channel has been around for years. I have been saying for years, be careful of what you buy. Be responsible for your purchase decisions. Be careful about who you buy from. Yet people like Elijah, and I'm not picking on you, Elijah. It's like, what do they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. There are too many people that are now looking towards people like me and other wise people, or at least experienced people in the RV space, to try to guide them forward. You think that a Keystone 13B could fall under a lemon law? I think they're a piece of junk right out of the factory. That's just my opinion. They're cheap, they're little, yes, they are attractive to the person who has the dream. Probably like you, Ethan, and thousands of other people. The problem is, it's a piece of junk to begin with. Secondly, you're buying from the wrong dealer. A good dealer can take something. I don't think my dealers would sell that piece of junk. But one of my dealers that I work with, when I call them my dealers, are just dealers that I recommend. If they get an RV in, a trailer in, or motorhome that needs some additional love and care and maintenance to get it back up to standards where it should have been before it left the factory, they will do that work. Some dealerships don't do anything, and I think Camping World is one of them. Now, would they ever admit that? No. Could I be wrong? Yes, I'm wrong often. But I'm not wrong about this. It's people like Elijah who are so soured by the RV industry. You will probably be stuck with that RV, that $13,000 RV that probably ended up costing you $25,000 out the door with the extended service protection plan and all the add-ons, 15-year note, whatever they did to take advantage of you, and you're stuck with something that you think is going to fall under a lemon law. I don't think it's going to happen. So what do? You learn from it. You just learn from it. Don't be that guy. Don't find me and this channel and other people that offer, I think, good advice. Maybe not perfect advice for everything, but at least we try to slow you down and get you to think. That's the purpose of this channel. So if you've got a situation, I will give you what I think is my perspective based upon whatever you tell me. Again, click on the link in the description down below. You'll know how to get a hold of me like Ethan did. And I wish I could give you better news. I truly do. But better news is not going to be forthcoming. All right. Secondly, I've got this video that my wife shot through the windshield of a absolute rolling disaster. I'm going to play it in a second. But first, Joe P. sent me an email. He says, "Hey, Wingman, been following your videos for a while. Appreciate your honesty about the RV lifestyle. Reaching out because I'm seriously considering building an RV park on a piece of family land that we've owned for years. Always been a dream of mine, but before I jump in, I'd love to hear from someone who's actually been there. What was the best part of owning an RV park, and what was the worst? I know it's not all campfires and sunsets, so any insight you can share would mean a lot to me. Thank you for all you do. Joe P." The best part and the worst part, Joe, they're the same. It's the people. It's the people. I was just a medium-sized campground. My wife and I had never owned a campground before. And sounds like you know, I had a dream. I love RVers, generally speaking, and that feeling that I get when I'm in a great campground with decent neighbors, and it's like everything seems to be going right. Maybe not perfect, but it's like I'm in the flow. And that's the reason why we bought our campground. But before I became the wingman, I was the trash man, the garbage man, the pool man, the yard man. I was the lifeguard. I was the maintenance man, or one of the maintenance men. I had to learn how to do everything. And in spite of that, there was so much joy that I got as the owner of a really nice campground. Wasn't the biggest, wasn't the best. It was the best that we could do. And I had a really good team of people to help me. But when the wrong customers came in, and as time went on, as we went through COVID, and we were in COVID, the crazies came out. People that thought that it was all about them. They play the music at all hours. They would be disrespectful of their neighbors with vulgarity. And I'm not some choir boy, but they weren't respectful at all to other people. I think another one of my favorite parts of owning the campground was the quiet time with just good people. I don't have a whole lot of that quiet time, so when I get it, I value it. And we had a really nice game room where, you know, 1 or 2 nights or sometimes 3 nights a week, we'd get together, all the campers. Some of us would know each other quite well, and some of us were new. But we all got together, we'd play Farkle or Penny Rummy, or just sit around and eat too much junk food and just talk and get to know each other. And we came from all different backgrounds, and that was such a wonderful, rewarding kind of an experience. I would caution you, don't think that you're going to buy the dream. The dream will, the best part probably was selling it and getting oh, that was good. But that takes a long time. It takes those 4-letter words, T-I-M-E and W-O-R-K, and a commitment. And you're going to have to eat a lot of crap. You have to eat a lot of it and learn how to accept things, because life ain't perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I would say that I ran I called it a benevolent dictatorship. I tried to be nice to people, but we had rules. And I wouldn't kick you out for the first violation, but I would kick you out. You keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So the best part and the worst part is the same, Joe. I think that there is a need for campgrounds that have that feel where people feel good. The campground that I sold is a far nicer campground today. If you were to look at it, it's got more amenities. They've spent more money than I had. On a piece of paper, it looks really great. But I don't think it has the feel that I helped create. And that made me feel good. I said, these are my people. I am an enabler. I'm the facilitator who helps these families make these memories and enjoy by dealing with all these things, these little things that have to be taking place all the time and tended to in a campground so they can have fun. And I'd sit back and go, those people are coming back and they had the time of their life. And it was because of me and my team. And I'm not sure if that feeling is even out there. I think it is, but it's not in as many places as it needs to be. I hope that answered your question. You're probably looking for some magic answer. There ain't no magic answer to anything. All right. So going from that to my wife's iPhone video, I'm going to play it here in just a second, but I got to set this up. When you don't know what you don't know and you keep doing it anyway, what happens? Well, sometimes it's okay because no disaster happened. But everybody around you can tell that you are heading for a disaster. So my wife and I are driving back. We're on the interstate, and I-10, Interstate 10 down here in Texas is nothing but a construction zone. It is terrible to drive through. I wish there was another way for me to get from here to yonder, but I-10 is where I got to go, and people are crazy. So we're driving along. I pick up a rock the other day. I'm really good about picking up rocks and cracking the windshield. And I see this black smoke up in front of me, way up in front. I said, there's a fire up there. I mean, black. It's, half mile up ahead. But we're going to pass it here in a second. No, we didn't pass it. We're catching up to it. The black smoke, and then no smoke, and then more black smoke. Oh my God, it's a travel trailer. So I'm going to pick it up there. Let's go ahead and play this little clip of video. And I want you to tell me, what would you have done if you were in my shoes? And I'll tell you at the end of it what I did. All right, so let's go ahead and roll this clip of video. This is Interstate 10, and there's the car, the truck that's pulling that travel trailer. Yeah, how you like my cracked windshield? Look at that. Oh! Unbelievable. My wife's about having a cow. I don't want to videotape it. I said, you got to. Look at that. That was the smoke that I saw up in front of me. See the window unit hanging out the side? Air conditioner. Couldn't even see what kind of truck it was. Unbelievable. There he goes. No turn indicator, no nothing. And the road, it's literally construction. You see both sides. You see Interstate 10, the people coming back this way. It's just nothing but construction for most of the interstate between, San Antonio and Houston. But the road widened out just a little bit right there. What am I supposed to do? There's no exit. You can't exit. You can pull off, I guess, right over there by the barricades. Unbelievable. Speeds up, and we're doing about 65 miles an hour, I'm thinking, and the cars are piling up behind me. This guy behind me, I wouldn't get that close. Oh, I'm thinking, what happens when it just flips? What happens? All right, so what would you have done if you were pulling up behind somebody and you saw that window unit hanging out the side, and it was obviously this guy was a threat to everybody. And part of me, I got people behind me, part of me I'm going, do I pass him? Do I hold back? What do I do? That guy's going to get in a wreck. He's going to kill somebody. Does he even know? All these thoughts are running through my mind. I'm thinking, you idiot. And everybody else around, they're idiots like me. I think I can get around him. That's how terrible accidents happen. I'm going, does that guy even know how dangerous he is? Does he have any clue? Look at that black smoke going, almost hitting the concrete wall. And it was on both sides for miles and miles and miles. So here's what the wingman did. I got hungry and I said, let's pull off, because if that guy's going to have an accident, it is not going to be with me behind him. And my wife is freaking out. She says, she didn't want me to pass him, and I wasn't going to even attempt it. The road was so narrow. There's so many different turns, little bends in the road. All it takes is one screw up. But that's kind of what I'm talking about owning the campground from earlier. When people don't know what they're doing, or they just don't care. They're playing their music too loud, let their kids run all over. They let their dogs off the leash. There's a code of conduct that I think that we all have to be more responsible with. So, does that make any sense? I look forward to reading your comments. What would you have done following that guy? I mean, when I got up behind him going, oh my God, that wasn't a fire. That's a diesel truck pulling a crappy old RV that's probably going to fall apart on the interstate. I'm thinking, oh my God, do I pull over? Do I take my chances, cross my fingers and toes, and pew around him as quickly as I can? I don't know. What would you do? And what does it feel like to not know something? Oh, I know everything. Well, you know everything you know. The older you get, when you get to be an old fart like me, like many of you out there, you learn that you don't know as much as you think you knew until that light bulb comes on. It's like, ooh, maybe my music is a little bit too loud. I have a feeling that if I would have passed that travel trailer, that truck, and I would have beeped the horn or whatever, looked at me, what? You know, they're flipping me off. Have you ever seen that? When people are going along and they're clearly, they're eating a sandwich and they're weaving or they're reading an email or doing whatever the heck they're doing, putting on their makeup, and they're all over the road, and you get up, you're not trying to be ugly, but you kind of beep, go around them, and they flip you off. What is the deal with that? How did I get here? I don't know. So anyway, once again, I do love hearing from you. I think I'm going to read some more, play some more voicemails and read some more emails, and maybe your comments as well. So drop one down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman, reminding you to be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.